They're off. 8 runners over a mile and a half in the Thornton Ballyroan Stakes. It's a group race. One of the early leaders is Sandhurst with Close Up Cleveland, followed by Gear Up, tracked by License, Beamish, Manawat Cordy on the outside, then Falcon 8 and Lafayette, just outside the 10 furlong point, and moving on by a length and a half is Sandhurst and Shane Foley, followed by Gear Up and Dylan Browne McMonagle, a couple of lengths back to Manawat Cordy, Kevin Manning disputing third place with Cleveland and Ryan Moore, and then Beamish, Billy Lee on the outside of License, Colin Keane with the final couple, Lafayette, Ben Cohn, Falconet and Chris Hayes making the switch from the non-running Duke de Seyssel. Heading towards the final mile, in the lead is Sandhurst by less than 2 lengths to Gear Up. 2.5 lengths back to Manawat Cordy with the noseband just showing in third from Cleveland. Racing together Beamish and Licensed and Lafayette and Falconet. 7.5 to go as they continue to the midpoint of the back straight, and it's Sandhurst, followed by Gear Up, Manawat Cordy on the outside of Cleveland, then Beamish, who's out to preserve his unbeaten record. Next on the rail is License, who's being followed by Lafayette and Falconet. Little changes racing past the 6th, the halfway stage in the Thornton Ballyroan Stakes. In the lead is Sandhurst from Gear Up. After Gear Up, his stable companion Cleveland on the inside of Manawat Corday, and then License, Beamish, Lafayette and Falconet. Coming off the back straight, less than 5 furlongs to go, and it's Sandhurst continuing to show the way to Gear Up second, then Manawat Cordy on the outside of Cleveland. After them is Beamish and License, Lafayette joined at the back by Falconet. Coming up to the final 3.5 furlongs, and nudged along in front is Sandhurst. Gear Up a little bit closer in second, then Cleveland. Driven hard on the outside is Manawat Cordy, and then Beamish, who's starting to improve on the outside of License, then Lafayette and Falconet as they spin into the straight. Less than 2.5 furlongs to go, and it's Sandhurst from Gear Up as these two stretch their lead over Cleveland, with Beamish now being called on for a run on the outside of License. Dropping out tamely is Manawat Corday as Gear Up strikes the front from Cleveland. Beamish on the outside, dropping back is Sandhurst. It's Gear Up leading stable companion Cleveland on the outside, who's closing as they go towards the line, but Gear Up by neck to Cleveland, 5 in front of Beamish, and License next in 4th. The finish of the Joseph O'Brien pair and the Thornton Ballyroan Stakes.
Joseph O'Brien is with us. He's just had a great result in the big race of the evening, the Group 3 Thornton Ballyroan Stakes. Joseph, Gear Up leading home Cleveland. Congratulations. Any surprise they finished in that order?
I thought they were 2 solid horses, Gary, as their form has shown, and we thought they both had live chances, and I suppose Cleveland was coming home probably shaping as though a step up and trip would suit him, which you would imagine on paper, and Gear Up was very tough, which he always is.
I suppose Cleveland was the horse maybe more people were interested in coming here tonight with his profile, and obviously having this first one for you. Do you come away with an awful lot of positives from that for him?
Yeah, I think so. I thought it was a great run. He finished off the race strongly, and he got group place, so that qualifies him for the Cup in the autumn, and thought it was a great run. Yeah.
Assuming the Melbourne Cup is his main long-term objective, Joe, so what sort of route do you think he'll take in the meantime?
Well, I suppose he has an option of coming back Champions Weekend before he travels down. There's a 1.5 mile race here, and obviously there's Irish Ledger as well. So we'll speak with Lloyd and Nick and see how the horse comes out of this run, and those decisions will be made, closer to the time.
We definitely shouldn't neglect the winner. That was a fine performance from him, and obviously an excellent ride from young Dylan as well. He's had group race success, I know, in the past as well, but he's shown once again what he's capable of there, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. He got a great tune out of this fella the last day. And a very tough horse and a very good horse, Gary. He also has options back here Champions Weekend, and he also is in the Caulfield Cup too, so he's a solid horse, and hopefully he can have a big autumn.
Yes, the owners of course obviously got a bit of previous down under as well. Joseph, you might not be finished yet. Chances to come this evening, what do we reckon?
Yeah, we have 2 in the maiden. We have the Bowie horse first time out that just took a little bit of time to come to hand, and we think he'll run a nice race on beautiful ground here this evening. And we've Chilled Out, who's been solid and ran very well last time, and he drops on trip a little bit, but I think he has a live chance to be thereabouts soon.
Fair play. We'll keep an eye on those, and well done again here in the big one. Thanks, Joseph.